Welcome to the What Makes an Essential Question Effective Digital PD module. In this segment of the module, we will be addressing how using essential questions can lead to multiple classroom strategies as a tool to further student inquiry. The focus of this module will be on how is the essential question effective when used as a strategy throughout the module of study. In planning a lesson, a good strategy should always be starting with an essential question. The essential question is designed to be a very high-interest question, and it can be something students can relate directly to. Students should be able to think of the essential question as a prompt for their own prior knowledge and a direct link to what they can hope to learn or discover. Why do I have to learn this should be replaced with, what are we going to explore? For example, in introducing a lesson in Module 1B of the World History Essential Curriculum, you can lead off with a question that may spark direct interest, such as, if you had the opportunity to explore an area of the world that has never been explored, would you do it, even if it meant you might never come back? This could then be followed up with an essential question that can focus the student to the big idea of how travel and trade changed the world. The essential question is also important to the transferable skill for the module, or more specifically, the skills or ideas we want the students to leave the classroom with. A good starting strategy should be to always post the essential question in full view. This will keep the essential question present to the students and helps to guide them and make connections to not only the activity, but throughout the module. The essential question becomes the framework for larger meaning for the student. It is not about giving the students the answers, but guiding them to formulate their own answers to the question at hand. Effective essential questions should be interesting and compelling to the students. It should anchor the students to the ongoing learning for the module and to ask further questions, as well as take part in open dialogue. And lastly, it should be inviting to the students to engage in their own historical inquiry, to have a deeper understanding of the topic or event, and become experts in the field of study. Essential questions should be chosen to not only introduce the lesson, but to create an interest in the issues faced during a particular time and place. Therefore, the questions should be selected to draw interest and to spark dialogue and debate. In introducing Module 2A, Revolution and Reaction, students could be asked, when is a revolution justified? Before asking the essential question, what is the social, political, and economic impact of revolutionary activity? Answers to the question, when is a revolution justified, can be very open-ended, flexible, and engaging. The answers can draw from prior knowledge and at the same time can allow for debate and even disagreement. The language of the question is student-friendly as well as universal. Responses can then lead to the introduction of the essential question, as well as the lesson, activity, or cornerstone task. The essential question becomes effective in introducing the module by building connections to ideas the students are already familiar with. Dialogue, debate, and possibly disagreements can prompt further questions that are relevant to the module and to the process of historical inquiry. This is an opportunity for students to develop their own framework of ideas that can be further investigated through primary source documents and other historical events that are connected to the topic at hand. After introducing the essential question, students may then begin to dig deeper into topics, events, or persons involved in the module of study. For example, in Stage 3 of Module 2A, students can begin a historical inquiry through the Credo activity. Using quotes from enlightened philosophers, students create their own credo in order to explain a personal belief or interest. An effective essential question allows a student to examine a time period in history and learn more of the complex period of time by examining multiple perspectives through primary source documentation, applying it to the challenges faced by the people of the time, and making connections to the present and perhaps to themselves. Using the essential question throughout the module brings about reflection of new ideas as new information and learning is acquired through historical inquiry. Ways for students to reflect on their own learning and the essential question may include informal discussions, Socratic seminars, and philosophical chairs, and may be accounted as ways for teachers to assess the students throughout the module rather than just at the end. Effective and ongoing reflection should be continued throughout the module. The essential question as a tool for formative assessment will be addressed in a later module. Finally, a lesson that is structured with an essential question will have a clearly stated purpose. The essential question presents to students an issue that needs to be analyzed and assessed for meaning. An effective lesson and essential question is not about covering the information, but presents to students a challenge to think critically, take positions, and formulate their own responses to an open-ended question.